All right, folks, here we are. I am back. Joe Duffy's picks. Free winner. I know a lot of you are going to say, wait a minute, Joe Duffy, you told me you were going to have this thing back on a regular basis about a week or so ago. What the heck happened? Well, maybe one of these days I'll have a guy talk session with you, to say the least. Don't get old. It's kind of interesting, but here I am, and I'll fill you in with new details maybe in the next couple days. But boy, do we have a big portfolio. One of the best starts, one of the better starts ever from a standpoint of all the handicappers, the betted Trinity handicappers. Everyone's been doing well in the NBA playoffs so far, from Joe Duffy's pick, Stevie Vincent, Master Lockline, and personally me, Joe Duffy. I've got all three NBA sides, all three NBA totals tonight at offshoreinsiders.com, plus in Major League Baseball. Got a big winner where I used the odds makers' knowledge against them, but then again, a lot of my systems are based on that. Now, how about the super sharp report for tonight's NBA? You got the Suns-Pelicans, Heat Hawks, the Bucks and Bulls, and all, of course, very small road favorites, and all come almost exactly. 67% of the public is betting on the chalk. That is when it comes to the percentage of bets. Not so much almost lock and step when it comes to the money. Phoenix is the only substantial money bet with 86% of the cash on them. And there's not really any compelling betting splits to speak of insofar as the side. Now, the total's another story. The Suns over has 77% of wagers, yet just 14% of the money. So that's a pretty overwhelming split. And most pros would argue that makes the New Orleans game under, the Phoenix game under, a very sharp bet. But that's not even the most overwhelming sportsbook liability, as a jaw-dropping 96% of the handle is on the Heat and the Miami Hawks to go. Did I just say the Miami Hawks? Yes, I did. The Heat and the Hawks to go over the total. Overwhelming majority, the sportsbook liability is on that. Maybe the reason I'm saying Miami, and in fact, because Miami is playing in Major League Baseball tonight as well. Miami and Atlanta playing in Major League Baseball, and that's going to be your free winner. Miami and Rogers plus the 130 against Atlanta and Wright. And we do have a lot, one of my reasons that I have done so well in gambling is the old adage I've scientifically proven to be true. You really want to handicap the line more than the teams. It's not an either or. They're not an either or. But that's why so many people, I know you probably have followed a lot of people on the internet, and you're like, man, these guys or girls, they know these teams inside out. Why do their picks suck so much? That's because you really have to know how the odds work. Knowing sports and knowing gambling are not the same thing by any stretch of the imagination, right? I know great food. I know nothing about cooking. Nothing about cooking. But I know great food. And it's kind of the same thing here. Stop fading guys or girls that know the sports pretty well and legitimately can break it down for you, but know nothing about how the odds work and how gambling works. Well, we get a nice little system that does use the odds makers' knowledge against them. We take the recent odds of both teams and the current odds. We have a really nice system that has won more than 840 units over the years. And yes, I'm not kidding, that is based on 1 unit per play. That is to go with Miami. Once again, Miami. All right, we're going to be back a lot more often with these fantastic free picks. Make sure you visit offshoreinsiders.com and also visit us on Twitter at Offshore Insider as well.